on the behalf of Rahul Anand Tutorials. So as you know that I am Rahul Anand and this is somewhat about my channel whose name is actually the Rahul Anand Tutorials. So now let's begin with the very interesting topics which are oftenly being asked in terms of your NEET, often the aims, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book? So these are belonging from the structural organization. Understand about what are actually the cockroaches. So cockroaches are what? So cockroaches are the ancient insects which will be found where? So it will be found all over the world. As well as we are often having the case of the exception. So it will be not found in terms of your polar region. Means what? Somewhat the climatic condition where there is the cold environment. So it will be not present. Means what? Your cockroach. Now, so when we are literally comparing with reference to its color with coordinates, what are actually the body colors resembling in terms of your cockroach. So its body color will be what? So its body color will be the brown as well as the black in nature. So now let's understand how many of the species are literally present in terms of what? In terms of your cockroach. So literally when we are talking about the species, you have to understand about the certain facts in it. So what are actually the species? So what are species? The overall mechanism by which the ancestor ones as well as the parents produce their offsprings which resemble the similar characteristics as like their parents. It will be coming under what? So it will be coming under the species case. So we are having the human being as well as producing the human baby. Likewise, we are having the lions producing the cubs. Likewise, these processes are being repeated. Coming under what case? Coming under the case of the species. So when we are talking about the species of these means what are actually the species of cockroach literally present in terms of our Earth. So it will be how much? So we are having around 2,600 of the species of what? Of the cockroach. As well as when we are talking about here in the case, so we'll be understanding about the case of the Periplantia americana. So these are literally being found where? So these are literally being found in terms of your India, which is actually the country. So India region will be having the Periplantia americana. Now, so let's understand about these. What are the basic classification when we are comparing in terms of the case of the Periplantia americana as well as these means the cockroach case. So this will be belonging means your cockroach will be belonging from what are the phylum. So it will be belonging from the Arthropoda phylum. So what are actually the arthropoda? Can you tell me? So arthropoda means the jointed leg. So the organisms which are literally having the jointed legs like structure coming under what case? So it will be coming under these means the arthropoda. After then what? After that we are having the class. So it will be in what class? In your the cockroach. So it will be of course belonging from the class of the insecta. Then what? Then these means the genus as well as the species. So the name itself is composed of the two words means the Periplantia then the American. So Periplantia will be what? Directly proportional for here means the genus case as well as the Plantia will be directly proportional for what? So it will be directly proportional for the what? The species case. So you know very well about what are actually the species. So now let's understand about these in brief. So what are actually the morphological characteristics of what? Of our cockroach. So understand morphology actually means what? So these are actually the external appearances. When we are talking about the anatomy case, so anatomies are what? So the behavior demonstration in terms of the internal. So now let's understand about these means what are actually the morphology of cockroach. So it will be having what? So it will be having the here means the cockroach body are having the segmented body present all over throughout their body. So these are particularly being divided in terms of the many of the broad categories. Just like in terms of our body, we are having the here with the thoracic cavity, the lumbar cavity. So these are not present, but in the two broad categories. What? The thoracic cavity as well as the abdominal cavity. So it is often being further divided. Means what? Your cockroach. Mean in terms of the Periplantia americana body. In terms of the segmented structure. So these are actually what? So these are the head. Then the thorax. Then what? Then the abdomen. So when I am talking about the abdomen, what do you actually mean about it? Abdomen is directly proportional for the region where the gastrointestinal juice present, often the pepsin renin in terms of the human body. But these are often having the specialized digestive enzymes playing important role for what? Playing important role to manage with the accommodation of the digestion. Now, so when we are talking about the head, in terms of its morphological characteristics. So these are quite rectangular in nature. So we are often having the diagram here, but these are not having the rectangular structure. So you will not actually get. But when we are literally comparing the case in terms of the original cockroach dissection, you will be having these, means what? The rectangular shape in structure of the head of the cockroach of it. So these are actually what? The triangular in shape. After that, you are having the thorax. For human body, we are often having the certain ribs in it in terms of what? In terms of our spinal cord. So suppose that these are the spinal cord. So it will be divided into the broad lines as well as the features. So it will be what? It will be the cervical. Then what? Then the thorax. Then what? Then the lumbar. Then the sacrum. Then the coccygeal. Likewise, we are often having in this case, means what? In terms of our cockroach. So the thorax is often being further divided into the three broad categories. Finally, so these are actually what? So these are the prothorax. Then the mesothorax. Then what? Then the metathorax. Finally. Now, after that, you will be having what? After that, you will be having the abdomen. So you know about the role of the abdomen. Means what? It will be having the certain types of the enzymes. Means what? Biocatalysts, which are literally playing important role to manage as well as accommodate with the overall biochemical reactions which are taking place in terms of our body without being altered. Means what? The role of the enzymes are quite big like that. Now, so when we are talking about the features of the head of your cockroach, so specialized features of your cockroach head is actually what? Playing an important role to particularly rotate in our direction. Fine. So its neck is having the specialized features. This one play important role to rotate its neck quite a bit in our direction. Find here. Now, so when we are talking about these, means what are actually the body supporting mechanism in terms of the framework. So it will be provided by what? So these are particularly supported by the help of the chitinous exoskeleton. So now after that we are having these, means the compound eyes. So compound eyes means what? It will be having the eyes which are particularly many micro-like structure present. So these are actually composed of what things? So these are composed of the ommotida. Find here the ommotida. So now let's understand about the eyes. So it will be particularly compound in nature. Means what? Many micro-like structure eyes or either the simpler eyes will be present in terms of what? In terms of your specialized eye of the cockroach. So these are actually made up of what? So these are actually made up of the ommotida. Find here the ommotida. Now, so these let's understand about what are actually the antenna. So when we are talking about the antenna, so it will be present where? Just on the above portion of what? Of the head of your Periplantia americana in terms of the cockroach case of belong from what species? Belong from the species of these mean the Periplantia americana, in which Periplantia is what? The genus, as well as the americana will be the species. Now, so let's understand about these, means what are actually the role of your antenna. So play an important role to accommodate with that, to accommodate with the different types of the chemiological stresses as well as the stimuli. So in about the stresses as well as the stimuli which are actually present in terms of what? Playing important role as well as present in terms of our environment. The another best example with reference to the importance of your antenna, it will be actually what? So it will be actually the here, means the communication mechanism with reference in terms of the messaging, what? With the another insects or other particularly transporting its message, just like in the case of the globalization. So you know about the mode as well as the meaning of globalization, the transformation of what? The transformation of ideology from one person to another person in terms of the here, mean the globalization case. Fine. So now let's understand about these, means the mouth region of the cockroach. Each of these are having the specialized mechanism in terms of the mouth region, such as the labrum, as well as the labium, as well as the hypothorax. So what is the role? So from inner side, we will be having the chemoreceptors present. In terms of what? In terms of your here, in the labrum piece, directly proportional for what? Directly proportional for the upper lips. In the second, we are having what? The labium. So labium are actually what? So these are the lower lips. Finding. In the third, we are having the hypothorax. Role will be what? So these are just like the loop-like structure. Fine. As well as roles are what? Playing an important role as like the tongues. Finding. Let's understand about these means what are the external features of your cockroach in terms of what? In terms of the Periplantia americana. Find it. Now, so it will be having the certain parts as well as the rings in it. So these are actually what? So these are the head. Often what? Often a compounder, composed as well as made up of what? Made up of the omotidae. No. So it will be often having these mean the forewings. Then what? Then the hindwings. So forewings are directly proportional for what? It is often known as the tegmina. Find it. After that, you will be having the hindwings as well as the rule with reference to your hindwing. It will be what? Can you tell me? Playing important role for trolling as well as the jumping case. Often we are having the different types of the legs in it. Means what? In terms of the cockroach. So these are actually what? So these are the four legs as well as the mid legs as well as the hind legs. Find here on the board here. So now let's understand about these in terms of the Periplantia americana. So what are actually the head rays of our cockroach? So find it. So it will be having the certain parts in it, such as what? Such as the ossicles, then the labium, open the labrum, open what things? Open the mandible, then the maxilla case. So these are having the specialized feature as well as the mechanism. So we'll be understanding about these later. Now, so we'll know about these role, means what are actually the labrum. So these are the, from inner side you will be having what? The chemoreceptors. Often these labrum are directly proportional for what? So it is directly proportional for, can you tell me? The upper lips. Then what? Then the labia. Directly proportional for here. Means what? The lower lips. Then we are often having the hypothalamic. As well as these means the ossicles. etc. So these are often having the specialized role in it. In terms of what? In terms of your head rays of the cockroach, which is actually the part of the case of the morphology. And morphology is what? Means the external appearances as well as understanding on the basis of what? On the basis of the external. So now let's understand about these means what are actually the thorax rays in terms of your cockroach. So it is often being further divided into the three broad categories. So these are actually what? Find here. The here mean the prothorax, then the mesothorax, then what? Then the metathorax. So you could often find here on the board here. The prothorax, the mesothorax, then the metathorax. So it is often having the specialized features, but we will be understanding about it in our next lecture. Fine. So if you like the work with reference to the education as well as the lectures, so you could often subscribe, like as well as comment below in the text. Thus I will be knowing that what concept actually you are hungry for or what haven't you understood or either got. So very thank you with reference to what? With reference to the Rahul Anand tutorial. So very thank you.